I think this should probably work. You'll probably hear me now. Test, test. Wee woo, wee woo. Got it? There we go, we got it now. Alright, sorry about that. A little bit of a hiccup. Wasn't picking up my mic and was not registering it for some reason, but I went in and fixed it. So we're good. Let's start it up. Let's get this ball rolling. Hey everybody, what's up, CPL? It's Forte here, and we're bringing you some Week 9 action, and it is indeed some specialized action, like I said, and like I had in a blind post up for me, it's going to be a little bit of a special series at the very end with Manadog versus Nitekat. Already an existing rivalry, but Manadog jumping ship from Korean Mechanics and joining Let Us Attack late in the season. Now we can't really blame him though, because our Tier 2 was stacked with signups constantly and he just wasn't getting the games that he wanted to get, so he joined a team where there were fewer Tier 2s and we still love him, and he's still ours in spirit. So, but it's going to be a juicy rivalry at the end. But first, we got some other matchups for you, and let me put those up on the screen right now. Here we go, 4 series for us today. We got blobfish versus Simo, a nice Zerg versus Protoss. We got FridgeRaider versus iamsacul, a PvP. Leonix versus GeforceTesla, a ZVP, again. And last but not least, our TVT rivalry match between the two mechanics. And I'm very excited for that last one. Alright, so I think without further ado, we'll just jump right into series number 1, Blobfish versus Simo, game number 1.
I tell you what, I think I'll join up.
Thanks for the follow, sign-in. Make sure OBS captures that game. Come on, what are you doing? There we go.
What, I think I'll
there
join
it
up.
is. Sublime. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Gonna fire up game number 1 for series number 1. Here we go, game number 1 for the series between Blobfish and Simo. Spawning in the top right corner is the red Zerg. It's Blobfish with a good luck, have fun, excellent manners. And spawning in the bottom left is the teal Protoss. It's going to be Simo. Here we go. Alright. I'm excited. I haven't casted in a while. I need this. I really needed this. I need to scratch this itch. For sure. But I always like casting my boys and the mechanics too. I like following their progress, seeing how well they've come across the whole season and progressed as players. Trivia. Light Swarm trivia. No, because if I do trivia, you're just going to win all of them. Like you do. Every single time. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I didn't come prepared with trivia this time. I really just wanted to cast, but I'm sure I could think of something eventually for next game. I shan't let you down. I shan't do it. Alright, so from Zerg's side, all the way up to 9 drones. Got our Overlord going here. Simo with the pylon at the Nat. Gonna drop down that Forge. Gateway. I meant to say gateway. Scouts moving at. Yeah, do trivia once they come to expect it every time. Lol. Yeah, and then I don't do it when they do expect it. Haha! Overpull from Blobfish. I like the gateway play from Simo. I don't see gates that much anymore. The gate expands. So I'm really excited to see this. I feel like Forge Expand has really made a big resurgence. Good drone control here with Blobfish. Gonna drop down that hatch. Looking pretty normal for an overpool opening. Got the pool up, Paralings on the way. Eskia has joined the chat, and their nameplate is pink. Eskia, does that mean you're a girl? There's our Forge, Zealot on the way here. I'm never going to stop picking on you, Eskia. I love you too much. No homo, though. Maybe a little homo. You're a very handsome Turkish man. Alright, anyway. 4 lings out. I'm going to go ahead and sweep behind the hatchery here, just making sure that there's no pylons. Going to send the lings out a little bit. Overlord scouting. Drone finds the front here. 2 zealots tucked away in these spots so that nothing can get through, and we should see the nexus go down shortly. Okay, we got our gas up for blobfish. I'm waiting to see another hatchery go down. I'm guessing that's what this drone is here. SEMA 1 step ahead, already predicting where that hatch would get set down. Zergling's going to come in here. They'll clean that up. They'll chase that out, no problem. And blobfish should be able to put the hatch down, no problem. Layer follow-up with the gas. So far looking like a very standard Zerg opening versus Protoss, and from the Protoss' perspective, looking pretty standard as well with this assimilator follow-up here. Gate and Forge in place, couple zealots, yeah, we're looking good here. Now we're just going to see, oh wow, right as I was going to say, just how long SEMA can keep this scouting probe alive. He gets cornered, picked off. So a little bit unfortunate. Now he's going to play a little bit blind. We'll see if blobfish decides to capitalize on the blindness or just continue droning. Go standard. Might see a Hydralisk den. You know, I assume we're probably going to see a Spire now that the layer's popped. Droning very heavily. Droning very heavily. Ling speed on the way. Looks good. 2 cannons on the way for SEMO. 4 zealot move out. And these Zerglings do get caught a little bit. Take a couple hits, but no losses. And yeah, 4 zealot move out. This is going to be... Looks like the trajectory is towards the 3rd. This will be quite effective harassment. This should force a lot of Zerglings. Trivia done yet? Everybody needs trivia. Everybody needs trivia now. I can't get away with a single cast without doing trivia, can I, guys? Oh my gosh. All right. I'll do one now for you before the action heats up too much. Trivia, jeez. All right. Very nice surround here with these Zerglings on these Zealots here. So good response in making the Zerglings from blobfish. Going to take out those 4 Zealots. And not a lot of harassment done with the Zealots. And blobfish is just going to drone up like a madman. Look at these drones just coming out. This is awesome. This is really good play. I'm liking where blobfish is sitting right now. Okay, trivia's not a lie. I'll do some trivia. But Light Swarm, you can't participate because you already know the answer, and I know you know the answer because you're too smart. And you'll get it first time, because you do every time. Alright, no, no, that's not fair. You can participate. You'll just win them all again, I guess. Alright. I'll give you guys a trivia question. Good Ling Harass too, by the way. And also noteworthy is Double Stargate, so we're going to have a lot of Corsair production. Here's your trivia question. What's the name of the Mutalisk's attack? Yeah, kind of just threw that one right out there, huh? Oh, Sinan. Sinan gets it. Glaveworm, that's correct. Quick pull trigger finger right there. Very nicely done. Alright, so what else do we have here for blobfish? We have Scourge being produced. We have Hydralisk Den done. Upgrades on the way. Hatcheries being produced. +1 missile attacks. So a very, very standard 3-base Spire into 5-hatch Hydra from blobfish. It's hard to go wrong with this particular build. It's just super flexible. Meanwhile, on Simo's side, a few more cannons. Aha. Got a cannon in the natural here. I kind of like the position. I sort of wish there was one like right here, though. Or here. Really want to have a cannon by the Stargate so that the Scourge can't just camp it and get free kills. Okay, there's our Citadel. Going down. Going into 6 hatches for blobfish. Starting to produce those Hydras. Overlord speed on the way. And it looks like just a comfortable build-up for now. Put on my Do Not Disturb. +1 ground weapons for Protoss on the way. I'd say that's about 25% done. And I feel like that's a little bit later than it could have been. But we saw Simo go for the double Stargate timing, so that cuts into that timing quite a bit. There's that cannon I was talking about. Thank you for putting that there. Templar Archives, +1 air weapons. 6 Corsair. Meanwhile, back over on Blob's side, let's check the drone saturations. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got 11 here. And 12 at least here on minerals. Saturation's crazy right now. Yep, 10 here. Really good drone saturation from blobfish. Got Carapace upgrade now on the way. Range +1 for Hydras. 80% done maybe. Third gas popping. Using the Scourge to scout around, looking for maybe hidden bases or proxies. Pretty smart. Both of these Scourge. Yeah, I really like this play a lot. A lot of extra information. And the Corsair raid party is out on the map. We'll see what Simo gets done with these. Meanwhile, as this +1 ground weapons for Protoss is about to finish. High Templars on the way. Wonderful. These are going to be needed. And not holding back on that Corsair production, still double pumping. Gotta like that. We have a force of Hydralisks moving out of the map for blobfish, and the Corsairs are now in Zerg's base. No overlords though. With the speed done, gonna try to evacuate. Blobfish does it in just the nick of time too, evading the sight of those Corsair. Really like that play. I'm gonna find a couple here, but the Hydra resistance is pretty tight, and the +1 needle spines has kicked in from the evolution chamber. +2 now started. Lots of Hydras being made. And blobfish just going to poke at the front a little bit. Scout it out, poke, see what he has, see the unit composition. Okay, sees that it's a little too dangerous, lots of cannons, backs up. I like that, good play. And Simo being very active, gonna find these overlords out on the map. These are free. These are free. There is such a thing as a free lunch in StarCraft. Oh, but you're going to pay with 1 Corsair, so I guess not. Did lose 1, but got 4 overlords. Very nice, and as you can see, that does supply block blobfish. But now we have a 4th base up at the mineral only. A lot of Hydralisks at the ready. Small Hydra group here was picked off, and more overlords are exposed. And it looks like these should be picked off no problem. This is some serious damage being done to blobfish right now. Very good. Get a nice round of applause to Simo here for being so active with these Corsair. This is the focal point of the build when you do two Stargate Corsair. You have so many Corsair. Stay active with them. Get out on the map, you know? Check out that storm! Oh my god! Oh yeah, that was great. And now with the Dark Templars being mixed in here... Oh, maybe don't storm your own Templars. Yeah, blobfish has to bring in even more overlords just to spot those DTs. Does clean the DTs up, but now the Corsair get more overlord kills. And in exchange, takes a couple more Corsair loss. I don't know, do you think that was worth it? I think that was worth it. Look at blobfish's supply. He's been trying to play catch up this whole time and only now is met even 71 to 71. It's a lot of great economic damage done. Well done, Simo, but let's not count blobfish out just yet. There's still a sizable force of hydralisks. The drone saturation is still excellent. He's still in good shape. More overlords being picked off. This is excellent. Oh, if he gets this pack right here. Oh my god. Oh, just barely. Look at how low these guys are. They're grimace overlords. So we're seeing a really well done job with all of these Corsairs, but most notably, because the Corsair count is so high, the ground army count is so low. And I think blobfish might start catching on to that. As we can see, the Hydralisk's force is being pressed out on the map, starting to be a little bit more aggressive, noticing there isn't much of a Protoss force on the map that can actually stop this. So Corsair Dark Templar, good strategy, I like it. Gotta take out those overlords though. Okay, we'll take a few losses in the Corsairs. 2 Corsairs go down. But, because there are no longer overlords here, the DTs can just go ham. And this will force the response of evacuation, a retreat from blobfish. Oh no, gonna catch a couple of these Corsairs here. 1 goes down, 2, 3, 4... Very unfortunate. 5, possibly? Oh, yep. So 5 Corsairs lost there. Some cannons and a Nexus up to start the 3rd here. DT's back in action. No detection. Oh yeah, you love to see it. And it looks like these cannons are... if they were just a couple seconds sooner, that would have been just in the nick of time. So blobfish, good find, picks off a couple of cannons when they're vulnerable. These DTs should be able to clean this up, no problem though. Getting a couple of probe kills though, that's good. That'll hurt the economy of Simo just a little bit. Let's see where we're at on the upgrade front. +2 weapons, about 80-85%. Zealot legs done. No additional upgrade structures in the base yet. A couple of gateways down though. 2 upgrades for Hydras and Lurkers once they get fielded. Blobfish doing an excellent job on the macroeconomic front with upgrades, droning, and just holding it all together. This is a pretty strong spot for Zerg to be in, and we should see a 5th be taken pretty soon. In fact, I think that's what this is right here. So he's chosen the 12 o'clock to take a 5. And we can see the melee attack transition upgrade. Very, very standard on the way. And going ahead for some mutas. I like this. I like this idea a lot. Mutalisks, now that a lot of the Corsairs were killed, blobfish managed to pick off so many of those Corsairs, it's likely that they won't be replaced, so there won't be much of an answer for these Mutalisks unless there are Archons or good Storms. So a lot of these Mutalisks will be useful for picking off High Templar pretty soon. And both players being very active on the map too. This is something that I really like to see, and it's something I wish I personally did more often myself. So the hand of the Mutalisks being shown, but getting some pickoffs. Already picked off High Templar, gonna harass the Zealots a little bit. And wow! That was a money storm. And the second storm was juicy too. Oh, 73 energy. 2 energy short of another storm, and the Mutalisks just managed to pick it off. Aha, and these Corsairs come in to chase off the rest of the Mutalisks. No problem. No problem at all. Lots of fights happening. This is such a brawly match. It's honestly hard to follow a lot of the action because there's just so much happening at once. So we got some good picks with those Mutalisks. And that's basically it for the Mutalisks now. They've all been taken out. But where are the Templar? Like, there's no... There are no Templar. There are no Templar out. So blobfish utilize those Mutalisks for their exact intended purpose. And then like, losing them is not really the big issue. It's if you really get the value out of them. Because see, like now there's 2 high Templars here. I think that's it. I really think that's all there is. And that's not going to be enough to fight off large droves of 2/2 Hydralisk. DT harass, excellent. This has been a good consistent factor the entire game. These undetected Dark Templars just getting picks here and there. There's the Overlord. Now these should get picked off, no problem. Saves one of them, good job. Yeah, now we have a pretty steady late game. Wherein Simo's going to need to think about taking a 4th. Looks like the 5th base here for blobfish was denied. Good storm here. And yeah, now it's just blobfish kind of abusing his position to just mass up. Lurkers are fielded now. Got +3 Carapace. Things just looking really good for our Zerg player here. What else is there to say? New 5th base being taken here in the lower right corner for blobfish. Yep, just massive Zerg production at this point. This is scary. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think Simo's going to have what it takes to deal with all of this. All of this. It looks like the final battle is probably about to commence here. And yeah, that's it. Simo sees the sheer amount of lurkers. Now I don't think, I'm going to rewind just a little bit here. I want to see if there were observers. I don't think there were. No, I don't think there was even robotics. Yeah, not even a robotics. So yeah, I'd say that was a well-timed leaving of the game, because once you see the lurkers and you don't even have a robotics facility down, you have no way to really see them. So you're just going to get contained forever, and that's going to end our game 1. Here's our scoreboard. Look, these scores are actually pretty close. And personally, to me, that felt more like a Tier 1 game. Both those players just played that so super well. Find my ops here, go back. Blobfish gets a point. And let's jump into game number 2. GG. Very nice game. Back to game scene here. Game number 2 is going to be on Butter. Here we go, starting game number 2 between blobfish and Simo on Butter. In the top right corner, as the white Zerg, it's going to be blobfish. And once again, as the teal Protoss, in the bottom right corner, it's going to be Simo. So the standard play last game, oh, just chef's kiss. That was awesome. That was really well done, really well performed by both players. We'll see what game number 2 brings. Will there be anything cheesy this time? Will there be a deviation in build? Is Simo going to go to Stargate again? Are we going to see a 9-pull speed? I'm always hopeful for that. It's weird because you come to CPL to learn to play, but then when you watch the games, sometimes you just want to see some cheese. And then we go back and forth with this argument again of whether or not cheese is valid or not. And cheese is perfectly valid. You have to learn how to do it and respond to it. Okay, oh, alright. Is my wish coming true? Nah, okay, it's going to be a 9-pull expand. Alright, whatever, that's cool too. And for those that don't know, when you go 9-pull as Zerg, typically you'll take the gas right after, no matter what you're doing. You keep the gas if it's a 9-pull speed. You build a drone and then cancel the gas if you just want to do an economical 9-pull and expand. And here we have a 2-gateway opening from Simo. 2-gateway in base. So with the Zerglings out on the way here, I feel like this is a pretty good opening versus 2-gate. This should be able to handle it, no problem. Simo gonna come in here and scout and see exactly what's up. Knows it's now 9-pull. There's the expand. First Zealot's out. Now we'll see if Simo wants to move out with this or wait for 2 more Zealots. Typically you wait for like a 3-Zealot move out if you go 2-gate, because 3 Zealots are really hard to deal with early on as Zerg. But in this case it's going to be a lot easier to deal with because we already have a good quantity of Zerglings out on the map. And when needed, blobfish will be able to make more immediately. So here we go. These Zerglings will probably set up a soft contain until these Zealots come out. Now that there's 3, they should probably push out. Well, he could if he wanted to. But in this particular instance, as a Protoss player looking at this, you want to be very mindful about Zerg backstabs. You could move out with these 3 Zealots, move out on the map and go in pressure. But Zerg can just hide these Zerglings. They can hide them here, they can hide them here, and then just run in your base and go kill your probes if you move out. So I like this from Simo. Just plugging up the front here, continuing to mass up. There's a 3rd hatchery here at the natural gas, so this looks pretty good. I'm very curious to see what this is going to turn into. Okay, and here we go with the Zealot move out. And now with these 2 Zealots here, there is no backstabbing. These are the gatekeepers. These ones can go harass, these ones will protect the base. Very good. A couple more Zerglings were fielded by blobfish. 1 Zergling gets picked off. Alright, so 4 Zealots versus 8 Zerglings. Not really a fight Zerg can take. More Zerglings being produced. And I gotta say, I like this decision a lot, because the full power behind Simo's build early game is getting a lot of Zealots out on the map early. And with this many Zerglings, yeah, we could just hunt those Zealots down, surround them, pick them off, and then Protoss has nothing. So good surround here. Gets all the Zealots, and now what? Now it's like, okay, you got some more Zealots here, but Cybercore just popped. Stargate's starting now, so it's a little late. Citadel started alongside of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that pylon gets spotted here by this Overlord, so whatever this is, there's no opportunity here anymore. And yeah, it looks like a good position for Zerg. Has complete map control, Hydralisk Den and Lair on the way. Eight Zealots now for Simo. Okay, so he's walking out. He's walking forward to take his nat. Gets a couple of Zergling picks, that was good. Very good unit micro here. Shuffling back and forth, threatening the Zerglings. One Zergling's gonna maybe get in. Yeah, that's pretty good. So now blobfish is gonna get his first scout. His first, well, I mean, there was an Overlord in here, but now he's gonna see, like, the tech behind. So that's a good reveal right here. Hero Zergling. Oh, no. Oh, Simo. Oh, 2 Citadels. It happens, man. Yeah, 2 Citadels. That's unfortunate. It sucks when you forget that you made your tech. Okay, blobfish with a couple more Zerglings. Zergling speed now. Gonna meet these Zealots in the middle of the map. Now there's 7 here. This could be potentially threatening. Well, we do have a Sunken. There's an evolution chamber here for nice Sim City. And a second creep. Yeah, this is fine now. Zealots at home to protect. Nat Nexus about to pop. Oh, Simo. Oh, Simo. You're so much fun to watch. Yeah, this Zealot attack is not really going to accomplish much. Lots of Zerglings, Hydralisks, 2 Sunkens. This is basically impenetrable. Yep. Oh, Simo. There it is. Alright, so we'll wait and see what that gets used for. Zerglings managed to get in here. They do pick off one of the probes. Yeah, there's too many Zealots here to really do anything. So he's going to run by right into the main, try to pick off some probes. I think this is probably the best move here. And now Blobfish's jaw is probably dropping, seeing the scout here like, what? What are you doing? Or laughing, one or the other. He's going balls deep in this. He's going 100% in, all in. That's a second scout. This is awesome. Okay, so Mutalisk is now the tech of choice for Blobfish. More Mutas on the way, and yeah, Pair Scourge. Ooh, things are about to get really rough for Simo. Okay, cannons, good, 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 good. These are going to be super necessary. Unfortunately for the natural, there's not really anything here that can defend this. Just going to lose the probes here. And yeah, gonna go ahead and go for more probes here. I'm scratching my head at this one. Yeah, I guess it's worth it, because you just come in with the Scourge, and the Mutas can fight the Scouts with Scourge, no problem. Still getting probe picks. Kills the Scouts, both of them. Yeah. And, yeah, that's... Yeah. That was a game. Okay. Alright, so another stellar game from Blobfish. Simo, I think, I don't know. I felt like that was a little clowny. I'm not gonna flame or hate too badly though. It was very entertaining. Very entertaining for sure. But that series is going to be wrapped up now. Blobfish takes that 2-0. So we'll grant another point to Blobfish here. And that's going to go ahead and put Let Us Attack ahead of Mechanics. 1-0 for a series. And now we jump into our second series of the day. It's going to be FridgeRaider versus iamsacul. Here we go, starting series number 2. Here we go back on Polypoid, spawning in the lower right corner. It's going to be FridgeRaider as the magenta Protoss. And across the way in the lower left corner as the black Protoss, it's going to be 2T3T. 2T3T. That's an interesting alias, alright. But it is none other than iamsacul. Alright, PvP. Protoss versus Protoss. Alright, so I played Zerg most of my life. Played a little bit of Terran. Dash here and there. I don't know anything about Protoss. I don't know anything about this matchup. Yeah, I'm qualified to cast it. Gates, cores, like shield battery things. I don't know. Lots of Dragoon things. Shuttles with Reavers. That's how it works, right, guys? Okay, mirrored builds at 10 gateway. Okay, gonna be sending a scout out here, grabbing the gas. Aha! 2 gateways here for FridgeRaider. So we have a gate gas versus gate gate. Scouts just gonna barely miss each other. iamsacul gotta get the first scout off. Yeah, I'm gonna spot the 2 gateways. Very good. So this should put iamsacul in a pretty good position. Cybercore on the way. And it looks like, unfortunately, FridgeRaider will probably get last scout unless he decides to go for a cross scout after this. I just glanced over at chat, and the very first thing that I read was handsome Turkish man and a redneck from Alabama. I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to look back at the screen over here. Yeah. You guys are wild. Alright, so FridgeRaider now taking his gas. Zealot out. Second Zealot out. Third Zealot out. Yeah, 3 Zealot attack. And yeah, FridgeRaider did go for the cross scout. I'm assuming that he inferred and used deduction based on how quickly this probe came here to scout. You can probably infer that it's a close spawn just from the scout timing, so I'm guessing that's why it was a cross scout. Eski is taking over the trivia in the chat for me. Okay, so we're going to see FridgeRaider try to push up here with 3 Zealots and a probe. But, well, where are we at? Yeah, I was going to say, use that shield battery very quickly. Had the shield battery not been here, this probably would have been very successful. But this situation here was just an unfortunate product of being scouted first. So now we have a transition to goons for FridgeRaider. 2 zealots and a goon out for Sacul here, getting that range. So we have FridgeRaider's range here and Sacul's range here, much farther ahead.
I tell you what, I think I'll join up.
Yay! Thanks, Simo. Thanks for the follow. Okay, robotics facility on the way here for iamsacul. No extra gateways just yet. And from FridgeRaider, no additional tech just yet. Gonna be focusing on pumping out these dragoons. And a posture here for taking a natural expansion. There's the Nexus. So, is it going to be Reaver? Well, Observer for sure. Five goons now for FridgeRaider. Getting a robo of their own. Range about to complete. No additional goons on the way just yet. 6 goons out here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see these move out right about now as range is about to finish. And yes, answers my question. It is going to be Reaver. Hooray! That makes things a little bit more interesting. And we'll see once this pops. See if FridgeRaider decides to put down the support bay as well. Okay, and here's the engage. Now, I think this is good for FridgeRaider. Yeah, this is definitely good for FridgeRaider. These zealots were injured from the earlier fight. One gets picked off, and that would leave only 4 goons versus now 5. Ooh, starting to put damage down on this Nexus. Gonna micro back. Loses 1 goon. It's very micro-focused fight. This could go either way depending on how well the players micro are. Losing 1 goon there, unfortunately. Now with the Reaver out, there's no Scarabs yet. Oh no, loses the Reaver. Not even a single shot gets off. Very unfortunate, and also losing the natural Nexus. Very painful, and this puts FridgeRaider in an excellent spot.
I tell you what, I think I'll join up.
Observer out on the map for Sacul. At the natural, sees that there's nothing there just yet. Reaver of Fridge's own coming down the ramp. Then a nice little soft contain out here at the bottom of the ramp. Yeah, definitely FridgeRaider in a really strong position. 2 goons in a shuttle. We'll see where that goes in a minute. Natural expansion going down for FridgeRaider here. 3 gateways, simultaneously pumping goons. 2 offline. Shuttle on the way. Yeah, this looks really good. Observatory finishing right here. Yeah, a little bit of an iffy call there. Loses 1 of the goons. I guess tries to put some damage on that. Oh, that was sick! I missed it, but I heard what happened. And the Dragoons intercepting that shuttle right there. That was nice. Yeah, FridgeRaider in an extremely strong position here with a lot of value gained from these units. Sacul having lost a Reaver, a Nexus, a couple of goons, a Zealot, and a shuttle with 2 Dragoons in it. That is a lot of lost value. I suspect this might be the death push here. Yeah, GG. I'm not sure how you answer this at all, and it's just a simple case of FridgeRaider getting ahead. consistently through good trades. So very well played. Good game. Scoreboard. Yeah, we see quite the margin of difference here between the two scores. A lot of captured value here. 308 APM. You psychopath. That's crazy. Good for you, though. Good for you, though. So, that puts a point on the board for FridgeRaider. And Let Us Attack is killing it. Now, come on, mechanics. We can't even get a single point on the board. Let's go, boys. What are we doing? Okay, let's load up game number 2. Throw ourselves into it. Game number 2's on butter. Here we go. I think he was magenta last time as well, but once again as magenta Protoss, it's FridgeRaider. Very, very colorful. A good choice on Protoss. Good choice, very bright, very colorful. And I think last time he was black as well, but in the lower right corner is black Protoss. It's iamsacul as his 2T, 3T alias. I like black on Protoss too, as well. I think that looks really good. Black on all races looks good. Magenta on all races looks good. I don't know. I'm very peculiar about color, because I have some color blindness to me, so some colors really stand out more than others. Teal on all races. Gross. You're gross. Please dismiss yourself. Sorry, Simo. I have to hard disagree with you on that one. I think teal's gross. Iskia knows what's up. White Terran OP. Iskia knows what's up. White is the best color on Terran. And Kiss. No Kiss? I don't know. Alright. Scout's gonna cross ways. Gate gas for iamsacul, 2 gate for FridgeRaider. Basically a mirror of game 1 so far. Our cyber core, so we have the more tech-oriented opening here for iamsacul. That'll focus more on dragoons, and the more aggressive opening here from FridgeRaider. 2 gateways, zealots pumping. Get the probe. Get the probe. Okay, getting a zealot before first goon. I like it. I think this is probably the right response against 2 gate. You need all the units you can get early on. Don't play Protoss though, so I don't know. Maybe I'll play Protoss next season. Maybe not. I went 1-6 this season with Terran. How awful is that? I'm so embarrassed. Terran hard, man. It's hard. Okay, so the initial 3 zealots moving out. Gonna go over across the map, see what harassment they can put down. Yeah, with the shield battery here, it's a non-issue. So good response here. Dragoon on the way. These gateways are idle. We do have a supply block for FridgeRaider, so that's very unfortunate. Yeah, it's just a non-issue with the shield battery here. And Fridge sees that too, and he backs up. He's like, yeah, I can't I just can't. Especially with the Dragoon behind, yeah. This is locked up tight for now. FridgeRaider's in the chat. I guess we made this PvP boring by not going DTs. Well, not necessarily. Reavers are pretty action-packed. I like to see Reavers and I like to see DTs. Okay, Fridge coming back down here. Gonna go ahead and peek the natural just to make sure that iamsacul's not taking his natural nexus. So that'll give him kind of an idea of where Sackul's gonna be at. So it's probably gonna be more aggression or tech, but not economy. And indeed, we see there's 3 gateways now. Range is about to complete. Goons are being produced. Push out to secure the natural. And what's Fridge up to in his main base? Okay, we have range about to complete. Getting some supply up, recovering from that supply block, but still quite ahead of iamsacul in supply. And ahead by 5 workers as well. That's pretty notable. Okay, some reinforcing goons will join up here. Now I like this right here, holding this particular position up this wide ramp, and holding the top of the ramp too. That's a good idea. Any advantage that you can get out on the map or in the field, any advantage, you should take it. So that's good. And weaving in and out like this, you know, just glancing at the unit count, seeing what he's got. You know, if you're Protoss, your units, take some shield hits just to scout the front, you know, it's fine. But I really like this particular set of unit movement. See, you get a unit count right here, see what he has, poke in, back out. No commitment, nothing lost. So, very smart. Good play here. And with 3 gateways on full pumping and range done, I wouldn't be surprised to see a push out from iamsacul pretty soon. I would not be surprised. FridgeRaider right here, posturing for a natural nexus. And it looks like we have the beginning of a move out here. So excellent positioning here from FridgeRaider, but be careful about chasing here. But if you hold the ramp at the top here, yeah, if you stay right here, that's good. But there are multiple pathways to your base. So yeah, Fridge is playing very smartly here. Sending these units back, keeping these here to see if anything comes up, but sending these back because is very, very much aware of the fact that there are multiple paths back. Natural nexus down. So the objective here for FridgeRaider is to secure this natural nexus. And if you can keep it and start getting it saturated, that'll put them pretty far ahead. The problem is we're in a bit of a situation here where, yeah, okay, smart, cancels the nat, gets the refund. I have to agree with that. I was going to say we're kind of in a problem situation where the enemy is already at our nat and is overwhelming us. Sacul gonna push in, takes out the egg for a little bit more space, and I really like this arc right here from FridgeRaider. I really like this arc. You put this on hold position, anything coming through here is gonna get chewed up. Reaver's now out, got some scarabs being built. This is perfectly defensible now. Oh, unfortunately losing one goon there. He went rogue. What do we got here? More goons coming out. Natural nexus up for iamsacul. Robotics on the way. So we have a strong tech lead for FridgeRaider, but a bit of an, well, not even an economic lead yet. Because as we could still see, it's 30 probes to 22. FridgeRaider is still leading pretty strong in the economic front. So this will have to complete and then get saturated before any real benefit and economy starts to kick in over what FridgeRaider has. So overall, I like the position for FridgeRaider. I think he's in a stronger position, especially if this can get broken. And with Shuttle Reaver, Shuttle 2 Reaver, yeah, no problem. So these should back out, and the Nat should be taken. Floating quite a bit of minerals. I don't really know what you do in this matchup with those minerals, but I would assume pylons and gateways. And yeah, and until we see some additional tech from iamsacul, FridgeRaider can keep doing this. It just needs to be mindful about the high ground transitions here. But with the shuttle and both of the Reavers, this can just push indefinitely, basically, until yeah, he gets Reavers of his own. So the shuttle's out, Reaver's on the way. However, we can't just move out and march across the map. Either we'll meet the enemy's army or we won't. If you don't, they can just backstab you. And that's not really desirable. So the alternative here is to take a third. Alright, I like it. That seems solid, seems reasonable. You have a tech lead that puts you in a position where they can't really fight you until they catch up in that tech, which gives you a margin of time. And that time is useful for setting up a third. So, good play, I like it. Don't know if it's the right play, but it seems logical to me. And yeah, here we have FridgeRaider just, I'm going to go ahead and go for the aggression. Now, this will be enough to bust this, but I'm worried about this. I'm worried about iamsacul's army that's sitting out here. And this needs to move now. It needs to move up or down. Okay, it's going to move down. Come and reinforce. So I'd love to see a Scarab right here. Oh man. I'd love to see it. That's okay. The goons are doing a really good job of picking off the stray ones as they move out and retreat. And yeah, this engage was a little bit poor. First we started to target the shuttle, and then we switched targets to the Reaver. And although we picked the Reaver off, there's still a second one, and they've both been shooting at the same time. And it just splattered the goons that were here, and this was really the force that would keep him in the game. So losing this is, yeah, that's critical. That's a nail in the coffin right there. Yeah, FridgeRaider quite ahead with the score. I think that's the difference in score here is probably amounted to the difference in probes, because FridgeRaider was ahead in probes pretty much the entire game. So yeah, that was pretty good. And let us attack, boys. They're on fire, man. Give us a point. Just one. Sheesh, we can't even get one win. Alright, that's going to do it for Series 2. Now we'll jump into Series 3. It's going to be between Leonix and GeforceTesla, Zerg versus Protoss. We'll go game scene, fire this up, and we'll jump right into game number 1 on Polypoid. Spawning top right is the green Protoss. It's GeforceTesla. Spawning in the lower right corner is the purple Zerg. It's Leonix. This must be his ladder account. Whoa. That's fun. Okay, so with the spawns being the way they are currently oriented, we get a nice lucky first scout with the Overlord. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this by now, but just in case you don't, when you're Zerg and you spawn, typically you send your overlord in the path of the natural expansion, of the closest natural expansion, I should say, of where your enemy would be. So that would be up here in this direction, which is precisely where GeforceTesla has spawned. Okay, we have a gateway opening here. I'm going to scout to the left. So, if it's a full counterclockwise scout, then unfortunately that'll be a last scout, which is quite unfortunate. Conversely, it's extremely fortunate for Leonix, who has chosen to go 12 hatch. So this should work out quite well for Zerg, getting away with this slightly greedier build. Overpull's more standard. Even 11 hatch is more standard than 12 hatch in this matchup, I think. Where's our Zerg encyclopedia? That's Light Swarm, right? You tell me, man. Okay, third base, 6 o'clock, gonna be taken here. Posturing for this nexus here. And I like this, across, he's gonna cross scout. Okay, finds the hatchery, sees the timing. Gonna go in, see the pool and its timing. Good, so GeforceTesla now knows that this is an economic-based opening and can respond appropriately. Grabs gas. Nexus down. 6 o'clock third. Natural popped. 8 Zerglings. Okay. 10 Zerglings. 12 Zerglings. Oh, we know where this is going. Yep. Okay, so we have a Zergling bust incoming. And good positioning here. This is going to be pretty tough to break, but we'll harass the gateway, try to force the zealots off the line. We'll see how this fight turns out. Ooh, the zealot's going to get picked off. Probe's picked off, and it's looking a little dicey. All the zealots are dead. Kill the probes. Probes are so good. Cannon going up. Zealot about to come out, 80% done, but Zerglings reinforcing a little bit. This is pretty all-in-ish though. Because we're, yeah, like we've killed a lot of probes, right? It's still 15 to 11. And once this cannon gets up, well, if this cannon gets up, yeah, this is starting to look like too many Zerglings. I'm not so sure. Cannon does not get a chance to get up. Lots of Zerglings in the natural. Probes getting pulled. Lots of probes falling. Oh, this is basically critical damage. Yeah. Yeah, GG gets called. So a very nice Zergling all-in from Leonix. Gonna take game number 1 there. Yeah, a pretty substantial score difference from all the kills, but looked good, looked pretty good, and just let us attack, just can't be stopped.
It looks like an issue with the router and echo device, so try
Huh.
restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in.
My Alexa's listening to us.
Once the router is back on and connected to the
She's
internet,
freaking out.
plug in the echo device.
I don't know why my Alexa bot is freaking out, but she's freaking out. And apparently not connected to the internet. That's an issue for later. Hangs has joined the chat. What's up, dude? How are you? We're just now jumping into game number 2 between Leonix and GeforceTesla, the 3rd series in today's cast. Booting up the lobby, shifting screens, firing it up. Okay, spawning is the red Zerg in the top right corner. It's Leonix. And with his hilarious alter ego name in the lower right corner is the green Protoss spawning. It's GeforceTesla as Okay, so damn, that was a good game from Leonix. Game number 1. A good call. Good snap pull trigger right there on the Zerglings. Good bust. We'll see how game number 2 goes. We'll see just how this goes. Alright, let's see if I remember this correctly. So if the probe does not stick around, it's that telegraphs gateway, I think. And when the probe stays, it's forge. Is that right? Did I get it right? Okay, Overlord so far for Leonix. We're at the 220 mark and passing for minerals. So it looks like possibly another 12 hatch, maybe 11 hatch. There's the gateway. Alright, looks like I got it right. Usually you pylon scout with forge opening, so yeah, pretty right. Cool. Cool. That's what I thought. Alright, so yeah, 11 hatch, looks like, because he's at 10 now. Scout comes in, sees the early hatch. Pool, no doubt. Zealot now in production. And drone scout. I feel like this is a little late. No, okay, when did he send it? Alright, so he did 11. And then the next drone that popped. No, I guess that's normal. That's a normal scout timing, I think. Look at this. Alright. Sees the pool timing. Sees that it's not done. And it's not going to be on for a little bit. Just grab your Nexus. Yeah, good play. Good decision making here. Because there's no threat, right? So just economize. Keep producing Zealots. Hatchery's about to pop. 2 pairs of Zerglings on the way. Bringing the scouting drone back. And whoa. I thought this was going to make a third. Whoa. A little bit of mind changing. Nah, we're not going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah, hatchery right here. Boom. Alright, looking pretty normal, pretty standard. Okay, drone. We have drones and gas this time. Drones and gas this time, folks. It's not going to be game 1 again. Cannon here, 3 Zealots. Nexus about to pop, assimilator being taken. Yeah, this is shaping up to be a much more standard Zerg versus Protoss here on Butter. We'll check the layer timing in a bit when the gas gets to around 100. Starting to saturate the Nat here. A couple of drones. Starting to saturate here. Cannon pops. Transfer of probes. Aha. Okay, gas being spent on the Hydra Den first. So it looks like we might have a Hydra bust coming. Cybercore finishes. Oh, I can't see what that is. Aha, Citadel. All right. So we're going to go for early legs for Protoss. Hydra speed on the way. Overlords being produced for the supply needed. And Hydras being fired up. Got 2 Hydras in production, Hydra speed, 2 Overlords. Yeah, we're looking at a Hydra bust coming pretty soon. And the thing is, GeforceTesla's playing a little bit blind here. Doesn't have a scouting probe on the map or anywhere near the Zerg base for that matter, so not really sure what Zerg is up to. This could come as a surprise, and when Hydra busts are surprises, usually they're killing blows. Well, at least from my experience, and from what I've seen. Your experience may differ. Okay, here we have a Zealot move out. 6 Zealots going to go across the map. Clean these Zerglings up, no problem. Let's see. Yeah, if these... Okay, yeah, fire them up, I was going to say. Don't let your gateways idle too much. So we have... We're going to have speed lots versus Hydras. And... yeah, since we moved out a little too early, speed hasn't kicked in yet. These Hydras can really just mess around with their speed. Overpower, outmaneuver, outmicro. And that's going to push GeforceTesla back to his natural, where he's not making cannons. And I feel like not making cannons right now is... it's very risky. Okay, so speed kicks in. Now, if the micro's good, the Zealots can actually deal with this. And Leonix knows that, so he's microing his Hydras back a little bit. Does get a beautiful surround, though, with these Zealots here. Yeah, doing a nice job here. More Zealots on the reinforcement path, +1. Yeah, about 60% done. Okay, so lots of gateways plugging out. This is, I think this is fightable. Oof. A really nasty trickle in of Zealots losing their lives one by one. That was pretty painful, so this is going to be kind of a tug-of-war match between 2 aggressive players. One opting for massive Hydras and the other opting for fast speed Zealots. And, yeah, a lot of this is going to come down to micro, I feel. We have Storm on the way, about halfway done. High Templars being produced, but... oh man, this +1 is so close. He's not going to get it. At least he cancels it. Alright, so he clearly cancels it, gets the refund. That's good, but not going to get that +1 ground weapons attack. And now there are Hydralisks in the natural. The probes get pulled back to retreat. There are Hydralisks streaming in. But GeforceTesla, being a little bit cheeky, takes the route through the side, gets some Zealots in, kills a couple of drones. A good play, but unfortunately probably not the right play since you're trading your natural for this. Like, there goes the Nat Nexus. And where are the Zealots at in here? Fighting the Hydras that are spawning? Yeah. So a little bit unfortunate there. We did get some drone kills. 19 to 27. 2027. And Storm's done, and this High Templar has a Storm. Yeah, kind of has to use it in desperation there. But they do manage to save the High Templar, right? So that's good. But there's still this problem. Like, this is a lot of Hydras. And yeah, I feel like there's not really a compelling reason to stay back with the Hydras, so Leonix just going to move out. Especially before there's more Templar. And this fight probably determines the game. Yeah, GG. Yeah, that was, wow, really unfortunate. I feel like that could have gone differently, but that fight alone really determined how the game ended here. Like I said, it was, you know, tug of war, so whoever gets better engages is really going to win, and that was one hell of an engage for Zerg, such so that it won him the game. Very nicely done. Here's our source screen. I put another point on the board for let us attack. Sheesh, 2-0 sweeps all day, huh? 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Ah, but now the stars of the show are ready to perform on stage. This is why it's a special edition of CPL's cast. It's two Korean mechanics up against each other. The traitorous Manadog versus the homeboy Nitekat. Who's gonna win and take it? So we're going to be doing the last series here, game number 1. Let's jump right into it. Two mechanics, a Terran versus Terran for the ages, between two rivals. Well, I guess they're sort of rivals. They play together pretty frequently.
I tell you what, I think I'll join up.
Thanks for the follow, Zandazev. Appreciate it. Cast on this channel pretty frequently, and I'm starting to think about, I don't know, maybe laddering and then streaming that. I don't know. I've been pretty apprehensive about laddering, but I'm starting to get bored and I think I want to do it. Anyway, in the game here on Polypoid, game number 1, last series. The two mechanic boys going head to head. Bottom right corner spawning is the Black Terran. It's going to be Nitekat. And in the top left corner, cross spawns in the grayish-blue Terran. It's Manadog, who should be white, so that it's white versus black. That would be pretty cool, but it's not. We could be in for a long one. Or, well, we could be in for a short one. TVTs, let's see. So, I don't really know a whole lot about how Manadog plays because we're basically on opposite schedules, so we never really play. Nitekat, I feel like, has a really strong handle on the matchup now. Especially after all the training from Whip. And I've been enjoying watching Nitekat's progress throughout this season. It's gotten a lot stronger. And a lot stronger since last season too, so a lot of progress being made. Really proud of the guy. Good job. You know, these colors are actually messing with me. I think I might have to... Yeah, that's better. Red versus blue. So we'll have Nitekat red, Manadog blue. I think that's a lot better. Gases at the same time. We'll see factories coming out pretty soon. Now the first thing that I'm looking for in this matchup is who gets the faster factory. Supply, supply. And we're coming up on factory timing. And it looks like Nitekat's factory is just slightly faster by about 50 hit points. Now factory timing is a pretty big deal in Terran versus Terran. If you're not too familiar with the matchup, a lot of the time it can be very vulture oriented. early on. Doesn't have to be necessarily, but vulture openings like 3 factory vulture, very, very strong. If both players end up going for vulture based openings, basically whoever gets the earlier factory just wins as long as the engage goes well. And from what I do know, Nitekat for sure is a 3 factory vulture player. He practices it quite a bit. But again, not really sure where Manadog's going to go. Not familiar with his playstyle that much. We talk a lot, but we don't play a lot. Gonna take care of that pesky SCV scouting there. Rax is floating. Nitekat's Rax is a little bit faster. Command center's about the same. Manadog's command center is a little bit faster. Second factories going down. Just about the same exact time. Yeah, starting to look like pretty mirrored builds. And there's a third factory from Nitekat with a shop. So yeah, this will be a 3 factory vulture play here. And it looks just about the same here from Manadog. The only exception is Manadog's opting for more vultures early on instead of the shop. Good barracks scout here. Going to see these 4 vultures moving out. Assuming he caught that vision with his eyeballs on the minimap. Double supplies going up. Necessary for vulture play. Vulture speed first. Very good. And now we test the waters. Okay, gets a quick look at the unit count, sees he's probably outnumbered. Pulls back a little bit. Get the gnats mining. So from here, I think the play is to mass vultures and move out once speed finishes. So speed finishes here for Nitekat. He can choose to move out once these 2 vultures are done, which he might do. And then we should see mines get started here pretty soon. Here's the move out. I'm a little surprised we don't see mines just yet, because the secondary objective with speed being done and moving out is to mine up around your opponent. And get mines down for not only good vision to see where their army is going, but also mech denial for tanks and Goliaths. If you can put off any kind of push in that such way with mines, that leaves you free to expand your tech, which you would generally use to transition into siege tanks. Okay, so we see the armories, a 4th factory, 5th factory, Manadog being aggressive here with his high vulture count. And already we're starting to see tanks coming out from Nitekat. This is kind of cool. Okay, so here's mines about to complete. This is a really bad engage here for Nitekat. He's going to have to pull back because Manadog has the high ground. And unfortunately, that might just be game. That might just be game. Manadog probably just wins from here. Yeah, see, this is... the economic damage here is probably too significant. This is probably the end of the game. Oof, good mine hits. Oh, great mine hits. Gets up the ramp. Yeah, once you're up the ramp, you still have mines to spare. That's basically it. Yeah, GG gets called by Nitekat. I do want to take a look. I want to take a look at that engage again. Before that. Alright, so this is where it happened. So they're on similar counts, but Manadog has slightly more vultures because Nitekat opted to go a little bit heavier in the tech and get his tanks out a little earlier. Right here is where you lose the game. Right here. Staying like this, game's lost. That's just TVT. That's how Vulture Wars work. Here's your score screen. As you can see, they are impeccably close in scores because they both basically did the same build, just with their own slight deviations of their own taste. And for today's matchup, that puts another point on the board for Let Us Attack. Oh man, I can't even win one. Not even one game. Please, next game, Nitekat, my boy, come on, you gotta bring one home for us. Gotta bring one game home for us. Game scene, game number 2 on butter. Firing it up. Okay, we're just going to keep the color because it works out so well. Spawning in the top right is the red Terran. It's again Nitekat. And in the bottom right is the blue Terran again. It's Manadog. And okay, so I don't know how I feel about not going 3 Factory Vulture on this particular map, because you think about it, Butter's got all these different lanes that you can go to. It's like it kind of reminds me of a MOBA map where it's got those lanes where you can send your units through. I think if you go vultures with mines and mine up the paths, that's probably one of the best ways to approach this particular map. I mean, you could do something different, like you could go for a Goliath drop opening, you can go a Goliath tank opening, and those can work and be pretty strong. Yeah, you know, I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see, but I suspect we'll see both of these players go 3 Factory Vulture again. I don't know, I'm just rattling ideas in my head and thinking what would be advantageous on this particular map. I don't know, yeah, I feel like vultures again. But we'll wait, we'll watch, we'll find out. We'll take a look at the building timings again and compare them. In TVT, that's important. The barracks, not so much, unless it's like ridiculously different, which it's not. Gas timings, more or less the same. Manadog slightly faster. Scout for Manadog slightly faster as well. We'll see if he opts for Marines, and if he does, 1 or 2. Possibly 3. Same with Nitekat here. Let's look at our factory timings. Factory up here, factory up here. So factory slightly faster for Manadog this time around. By about 25-30 hit points or so. Nice fact timing. Thanks. Yeah, these guys are buddies. Rivals, but buddies. So it's good to see a little bit of banter going in a high-intensity match like this. Okay, so we have, oh, all the dudes pulled off gas here for Manadog. Still one in for Nitekat. So fact CCs, here's our CC here for Manadog. And CC. Manadog being very clever with his scout, keeping it here just to get an eye on exactly when that command center goes down. Very good. Barracks floating across the map. Manadog kind of forgetting about his until just now. Picks that up and lifts it off, so this is going to be late. But they've already both gotten their scouts inside each other's bases, so the openings are known. Here we go, another factory, another factory. So yeah, they're doing the same builds again, but Manadog is just slightly ahead. There's one Marine, two Vultures. One Marine, two Vultures. Machine shop. No machine shop yet. Again, Vultures first. Nat CC finishes up for Manadog. No doubt see a transfer. There it is. Same with Nitekat. Aha, interesting. Okay, opting for starport play this time around. We'll go 2 factory starport for Nitekat. For Manadog, again, 3 factory vulture. Rack's going to catch the move out here of the initial 4 vultures. Nitekat responds with a bunker, but only 1 marine to put in it. I feel like, yeah, snipe the marine, walk out. Yeah, that's a good enough play. You can possibly pick off a vulture here until the tank comes into action. Alright, good. So Manadog now knows that this is not going to be 3 factory vulture, because that tank is way too early for that. Wraith in production. Cancel the bunker, put up a depot instead for walling. Yeah, repair your vehicles. Terran players, repair your vehicles. Okay, the Rex comes up, spots the starport, sees it blinking. Ah, Manadog now knows it's a Wraith play. Armory's about almost halfway done, so this will suffice for now. We'll pump some Goliaths pretty quickly. And we see a shift in tech, Manadog getting out tanks now, so not 3 factory vulture, initially thought. This will complete and we'll probably see a couple of Goliaths go right into production. And of course harassment with the first Wraith, since there's no anti-air to answer this just yet. This won't really cause too much problem. Too much of a problem for Manadog is, well, 1 Wraith is pretty slow. DPS is not high. You could take that if you want, yeah. I think it takes, what, 3 Marines to beat a Wraith? Okay, mine's being planted down here. Starting to secure some map control for Manadog. Mine here at the 3rd. Mine here at the other 3rd. Very good. 3rd started here. Aha! Very good play here. Picking off this SCV. This will delay the 3rd for a good amount of time. Oh, gonna catch this Wraith here. Ah, every Wraith lost is really significant since Nitekat spent a lot of time and money to go to this tech path. Okay, now getting Cloak. Full siege tank production. Third being resumed here for Manadog. Pretty low and slow game. If this was a dinner, somebody set it to simmer. Gosh, but if I had to pick a lead right now, I'd probably give it to Manadog. I don't think enough was accomplished with the Wraiths to really justify having gone that tech route. Wraiths are tough. I feel like you have to be in the right spot at the right time with them. Gonna knock down this depot to allow more space for these units to flow. There they go. Alright, Nitekat should break this, because he has more tanks. Just needs to be careful about the mines. That was close. Very nice. Just needs to be careful about the mines. Just needs to be... Oh, okay. Alright, one very good connection here. Takes out one of the tanks, damages two of them pretty significantly. Good. And a nice siege push here from Nitekat. Having secured this high ground right here will be very advantageous. Very nice. And with the Wraith here, you can use the Wraith to extend your vision for the siege tanks. Like you could send the Wraith here and it will uncover this fog of war, and that'll actually extend where the siege tanks can shoot. So this is a good position right here for Nitekat. Landed his barracks here to deny, that's good. Reinforcements streaming in, SCVs for repairs, very good. Now, see, we're running into a bit of an issue where if Nitekat does not make something happen here, he either needs to take a third himself quickly or make something happen over here. Deny this or pressure this, because Manadog's already got his third up and running and is collecting gas from it. We don't have a third base just yet, but it looks like Nitekat wants to take it here on this high ground. I can't tell who's scanning. Alright, yeah, it was Manadog scanning the ramp up here. Holding position. And yeah, we're pumping on 5 factories here, 6th one up. Back at home at Nitekat, there's only 3 factories. So the longer this goes on, the more in favor this goes for Manadog. Yeah, lots of Goliaths in production, siege tanks in production. Getting some scouting done. If you can kill the SCVs here and delay a lot of this, that's even better. Good mine hit there. And now Nitekat start tactically using this right side lane here. Moving up to this high ground third where Manadog would take a potential 4th and securing it. I must say the macroeconomic potential is much higher for Manadog, but Nitekat has the positioning. Yeah, Nitekat has some really great positioning here, so we're going to need to see Manadog find the weakest spot and just punch a hole through it once he's ready. And the ready time could be, it could be an upgrade, it could be a certain population amount. Yeah, this third is up and saturated and good to go. Nitekat just now got his up. Nothing's mining here just yet. Scan's going down. Can't tell from who. Oh, I like this. Sneaking some siege tanks around here. This should pick off a few SCVs before it gets cleaned up. Ah, and here's the answer. Dropship with vultures. I'll mine that up. Nice. Very nice pick off on the dropship there with these wraiths. 7 factories now. Most of them in full production. Yeah, this is starting to look pretty scary. What do we have now here? We have 5 factories for Nitekat. Double supply. Still maintaining wraith production, so wants to keep the wraith tech active throughout the game. Now that can be good if you find good use and value with those wraiths, but if not, it might just put you too far behind. See, we're already struggling to keep up economically here. This is now saturated. So now we have a saturated third for Nitekat. That's good. You can start mining the gas and getting the minerals, but the third for Manadog has been up and running for quite a while. Yeah, doing a pretty good job of harassing, but unfortunately losing some of those wraiths. That's going to soften up the contain quite a bit. The high ground third over here was broken, so now Manadog has control of this and can take a fourth if he so wishes. Oh, interesting change of mind there. Okay, Nitekat mobilizing in the center of the map. Turrets to reinforce the position, I like it. Where are we at upgrade-wise? Okay, we have 1-1 on mech for Nitekat. 1-0 on mech for Manadog. We're looking for that 2. We're looking for +2 on weapons here. And for anyone who doesn't know, in Terran versus Terran, it's basically a siege tank matchup where there's a break point you can reach with +2 mech upgrades that lets siege tanks in siege mode 2-shot other siege tanks instead of 3-shot. So it's very important to get that +2 mech attack, which just now kicked in for Manadog. And also just kicked in for Nitekat as well, so it's 2-1 now to 2-0. Fourth base up and mining. This is good catch-up right here. This was a good catch-up decision from Nitekat. Now we see a move out here. This is a bit dicey. I mean, Nitekat has the high ground, right? But the siege tank count is just superior for Manadog. But yeah, at the end of the day, high ground wins. And wraiths for the assist. Couple extra free units, so very good. Nitekat managing to hold on to this very crucial center high ground right here. Fourth base here being saturated for Manadog. I'd like to grab this gas, please. Scan and drill the mine. Take a fifth. Looks like both players are thinking about taking a fifth at the same time. Yeah, and here you can see those 2 siege tanks fire. 2 hits kill a siege tank. That +2 right there in action. This is a really well-placed tank up here. Can not only deny this, but help assist fighting here. And we're going to deny here. Nitekat pushing and forces down this way. No, factory's not macroing. We got the money, we got the supply. Factory's on this side, macroing. Wraith's even adding a second starport with another attachment and a physics lab. This is going to get fun. I like how these turrets are still unfinished. This one's good for blocking, I guess. Okay, a little bit of drop play here from Manadog. Very nice and tight, catching this. And the Wraiths come in and clean that up. And I must say, this is a pretty good back and forth for this game. I had thought for some time that Manadog had taken a sizable lead, but now that we have a 5th base active for Nitekat and mining, as well as excellent positioning holding these high grounds, I think the tables have turned a little bit. Let's see where we're going. Battlecruiser production. Yep, on the way. I don't know if this is the right call, though, because this is quite a significant investment. And Manadog has lots of Goliaths. Like, the Wraith play has been pretty decent. Nitekat stayed pretty active with them, picked off a ton of dropships. Picked off a good number of tanks and vultures with them as well. But I'm not so sure about following up into Battlecruiser with such a strong anti-air presence. See, here we have this particular high ground here that Nitekat held is now pretty weak. I feel like this can be busted. And Manadog could start to take more territory along the lines of here. And if that were to happen, he could eventually work his way up here, deny this, which is now a 6th being taken. Work his way up here and deny this, and just kind of arc around and force Nitekat to respond. This is a huge army here, though. We'll have to wait and see exactly where this gets utilized. Yeah, Manadog's starting to push up to this area now. Yep, cleans these tanks out. Nitekat sends his army down here to reinforce this particular position. Nice mine hits right there, taking out a good number of Goliaths. The tanks will finish up the rest. And yeah, we should have a secured position here for Nitekat once again. Battlecruisers are done and on the field. More units following in for reinforcement, and we're maxed out, basically, for Nitekat. So the ball's kind of in his court. We do have a pretty significant amount of army being moved up on the right side of the map, though, with these siege tanks for Manadog. We could see a push upward on the right side of the map. Oh, look at that, he's making mines to detect. Oh, wait, no, those are his mines. This is just grabbing territory then. Okay. Which will immediately be taken back by Manadog with these tanks here. Starting to respond to the army here with Nitekat. And this is good too. I like this. Just keeping a lot of your army mobile and responding, and then leaving some to hold the high ground. Okay, so in this particular position, these battlecruisers are great, because they're going to do a lot of free damage, take out a lot of free tanks. And the missile turrets you can just avoid. And a big push up the mid for Manadog. He's going to try and break this and see how it goes. I think this should be breakable. If you move your forces up to nullify the high ground advantage and then attack while you do so, just like this, you can push and break this position. Very well done from Manadog. 4 battlecruisers now. 1-1 air upgrades just kicked in. But I don't see, there's so many Goliaths. I just don't know if it's worth it. We're gonna find out. See, already 1 battlecruiser goes down. And Nitekat's gonna fight with inferior numbers, but superior ground. But I think this is just too much. I think Nitekat has to forfeit this position here. Take out the Goliaths. Yeah, without Goliaths now, these battlecruisers can clean the rest of this up, no problem. We do see some reinforcements coming in up the mid, though. Including necessary Goliaths, with +3 mech attack. Another BC goes down. Ooh, that one's really close. We get some repairs on these boys. Alright, what else we got here? We have 4 battlecruisers, more in production, no doubt. Yeah, 3 more in production. That's, wow, quite a bit. Nitekat's really invested in battlecruiser tech now at this point. And a little bit unfortunate for Manadog, sending his SCVs up here to get ready to take this 5th base. They're all going to get smacked by siege tanks. And this CC will not be able to be put down, even if he wanted to. There's mines blocking. Nitekat doing a good job of denying that 5th. Lots of scans going down. Plenty of Goliaths being fielded. I think this is the right answer. Like, I'm just assuming that he's, yeah, scanned and seen, like, all the starports. He's like, yeah, okay. Now we know you're really vested in battlecruisers. But I still think... Okay, so now that Manadog's busted out, right? And he's got control of the center of the map, I think he's still got a shot now. A really solid shot at winning this. That being said, Nitekat's not out of the game at all. Not even close. Especially with the battlecruiser count the way it is. These bad boys, once upgraded, can dish out a lot of damage. Here we go. This is quite an important fight here. If either side loses too hard right here, this could determine the game. Okay, not too bad. Oftentimes these kind of fights just end up in stalemates like this, where you draw tank lines. And we can see Manadog trying to bust up the other side down here, but this is rather insignificant. This can be cleaned up at any time, really. Holding control of this is what's really important right now. Gotta be careful with mines. I like how active Nitekat has stayed with laying mines on the map like this. Really good play. I think these were drawn in from aggro. Oh, nope, never mind. Straight up Yamato. Good conservative use of units. Just using energy to take out units. Very good. When you're in this kind of position, from Nitekat's perspective, you have energy that you could trade for damage. It's very good if you just bide your time, because then you get value for free. Unfortunately here, it looks like Manadog's not going to give Nitekat the time. He's pushing up the other lane as well. Now this fourth base has been mined out. Gas is still valuable. Army being shifted towards the center of the map. Goliath's putting on some free damage on these battle cruisers. Ooh, even picking one off. A fight will break out here in the center. Manadog holds the high ground. Matters not for the battle cruisers, but the battle cruisers have taken substantial damage from the Goliaths, but now there's no more. So now we can just shoot down for free. Alright, let's take stock of where we're at now. The center of the map has been cleaned out. GG, well played. Alright, so we see how it ends, yeah. Basically, Nitekat's stranglehold is just too good. He has more bases, he cleaned it out, battle cruisers were very effective. And yeah, now I feel like if Manadog had taken more bases in a more timely fashion, gotten this fifth up, and then worked on a sixth, this would have turned out much differently. But the way it is, that's how it ended. Very nice game though. Good game too. That leaves game number 3 in this final series, and finally, putting a point on the board for the Korean mechanics. Thank you, Nitekat. Okay, that leaves us with one game left. Game number 3. Between Manadog and Nitekat. Tied up 1-1. This game will take it, and it's going to be finally, for the first time in today's cast, on map number 3, which is Good Night. Keeping consistent with the colors, as the blue Terran spawning in the lower right, it's Manadog. And as the red Terran spawning in the lower left, it's Nitekat. And now it's interesting how game 2 deviated from game number 1. Now I'm wondering if we'll see like a reversion back into game 1 with 3-fac Vulture again. I feel like that's kind of the strongest build to go to for this matchup on big maps, like 4-player maps. Just because of the map control you get from the Vultures and the mines you can put down. Other builds are still perfectly valid though. Okay, so here we'll see our supplies going down. We'll see barracks next. What haven't we done in a while? Trivia, I suppose. Maybe we could do some trivia. I gotta think of one though. Okay, here's our barracks for both players. Gas for both players. Scout for Manadog moving out. Nitekat gonna take a little bit more time. Oh, first scout for Manadog. You lucky, lucky, lucky. Lucker. Okay, Nitekat, no. You saw him come in from the right side. You saw it. I would have turned. Factory timings. Nitekat's faster. By about 100 hit points. Not bad. SCV counts even. 16-16. Very good. Gonna send this boy home now.
I tell you what, I think I'll join up.
Thorbalden, thank you for the follow. Racks floating. Racks floating. Racks floating. Nitekat forgot about his. There it is. And command centers. So we don't have SCVs on gas, which telegraphs to us factory expands. There they go. Okay, both players scouted, both players expanding. Everything looks pretty normal right here. Differences, what do we have? Well, we have 2 Marines for Nitekat, just 1 Marine for Manadog. We've seen so far that Nitekat prefers to go for the earlier shop, whereas Manadog seems to prefer going for more vultures early on. Yep, there we see this style come in and manifest again. Shop for Nitekat, vultures for Manadog. Barracks is passing. Oh, and a bunker for Nitekat. Okay. I guess this is for racks denial. I'm not really sure why this guy's going up here. I wonder what this was. That got canceled. Looks like it might have been a factory, but I don't know. Okay, and going for the starport play, once again, Nitekat is. Here's the racks, gonna come in and scout. Nitekat holding back with his racks. Comfortable enough seeing that there's SCVs mining here. So 3 factories and a shop. This looks like this could turn into, oh, well, the second shop, I'm not sure now. Siege tank, yeah. This is not going to be a 3-factory vulture. It's a vulture-oriented opening. And yeah, we're going to scout that starport. Very nice for Manadog with this racks here, getting valuable information. We'll follow this Wraith and see what damage it can get done. Again, very similar to game number 1. There's not really an answer at this point in the game against the Wraith. But it's just a Wraith, right? And it's even picking on the factory too, not even an SCV. Well, I guess we'll see what what Nitekat can accomplish with it. There's an SCV. Yeah, see, the engineering bay timing was just so good for Manadog. Like, he sniffed this out. Oh no. Okay. Well, losing Wraiths early hurts when you go for starport-oriented builds. So we still have the one here. But now it's basically ineffective, right? Like, you can maybe... I don't even think you could start picking at these units. You could use it as a scout. Manadog pushing his way up to 5 factories. Smells blood in the water. Okay, so this is good. Yeah, just pull the tank back to the missile turret. Watch your Wraith. Watch your Wraith. Oof. Alright. Where are we at? 6 vultures. 7 vultures. A tank. Okay. I'm feeling pretty worried here for Nitekat. So we have a 3rd factory that was started not that long ago, and we have 2. One of them's not even producing. And for Manadog, we have 5 that are done, 2 with shops. That is quite scary. This is going to be an early push, and depending on how the engage goes, it might just be a straight up nail in a coffin. It might just kill Nitekat. We'll have to see. These Wraith openings can be so tricky. I think it's cool. I love seeing them. But they're tricky. They're difficult to handle. Wraiths are like paper planes. You gotta micro them pretty well. I can't believe I almost missed this right here. Manadog taking a 3rd. Somewhat sort of hidden, not really. I mean, it's the 3 o'clock, it's close enough. It's just not at the mineral only 3rd, which you really don't want to take in TVT matchup because minerals aren't very useful. You want the gas for tanks. So I say I agree with this positioning and this basing. I think this is, if you were going to take another base, this is probably the best place to take it. So well done there. We'll get that 3rd gas up and operational. And here we see Manadog just moving out and seizing territory on the map. Placing his mines up on the ramps, siege tanks out on the field. And it kind of pushes Nitekat back just a little bit. Let's see where we're at here. So up to 5 factories, good. We're working our way up to 3 shops. We still have the starport producing continuous Wraiths. For Manadog, 5 factories producing siege tanks. 2 of them not working, so Tank Goliath composition. Starport just finished. Comsats are now coming up online. We saw a scan from Manadog go down just now. We'll probably see a night scan. A cat scan. I like that. A cat scan. Well, when he remembers that his comsat finishes. Transfer up to the SCVs, grabbing the gas. Yeah, good. This is a strong position for Manadog to be in. There it is. Uses it to clear the mine here. Okay. Right, okay. And then here's the 3rd, and he'll float this up and land it here. Gotcha. I see where we're at. Oh, this is cool. I didn't know you could really build that much down here on the low ground. Good scan here for Nitekat, sees what's up. Yeah, that must make Terran pretty strong on this map, actually, if you can build turrets down here. Okay, Nitekat slowly pushing out and seizing a little bit more territory of his own. Let's see where we're at tech-wise. Alright, we have science facility. We have a shop, or a tower on the starport. We're now up to 6 factories. Not producing though. Not supply blocked. There's the macro cycle. There we go. Good saturation at the third. Gas mining. Nitekat's going to find this the hard way by losing a Wraith. Good information to have though. And yeah, so far a little bit stalemate-ish. Again, another game set to low on Simmer. There we go. Very nice line being drawn from Manadog. If you look from a tactical viewpoint, we're drawing a line straight up and holding this territory. That grants control of the entire right side of the map for Manadog. So now you can take this base, you could take these if you wanted to. And we'll see. Here's the transfer for Nitekat now. This is going to saturate the third base and catch him up. Start a refinery pretty quickly here. Now, we've had this gas mining for a little bit. That's about 550 mined. So Manadog is a little bit ahead economically. And we'll see how that translates as the game continues to progress. Yeah, fuck that cockaroo. You shoot that right out of the sky. Yeah, we don't want no critters. And yet, I think this is safe to take the 6 o'clock here as Manadog, given that we have the entire line right here solidified with defenses that you hold the high ground here and stop progression here. Have mines set up here. It might be hard to tell. These are red mines right here, and these are blue mines right here. Siege tanks set up here to form a concave. So very nice setup. We have some scans going down. I can't tell from who though. Looks like it's from Manadog, just checking out. I think we ought to pause. A pause and go. Manadog's kid got up. Unfortunate. Rip. Okay, that's what I was missed. I was looking for it. I was like, what tanks are shooting? Okay, so we had a good mine connection here, but there's an SCP for repairs, so that's not a big deal. Huge, massive units in the center of the map for Manadog. Yeah, turret ring going up here on the side. I like this. I really like this entire position for Manadog. This will let him basically do whatever he wants. If he wants to secure the rest of the map, he can do that. If he wants to strangle, perform a war of attrition on Nitekat and kind of slowly push his way in, you can do that. Basically, with the extra gas that's been mining for so long, we're at 3,900-ish now, and this one's at 4,900-ish, so he's got about an extra 1,000 gas over Nitekat. We could definitely translate that into a lead. We had a 15-minute intermission, Manadog says in chat. Very interesting. So you guys actually took like a break and came back. Yeah, this is great concaving right here. Forces here, forces here. These are moving up. Forces here and here. Nitekat continuing on with the Wraith production here. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how much value you're going to get here. Big move in from Manadog from the top side, but already well defended here by Nitekat. I think... Alright, this is defensible. Nitekat should be able to defend this. Right, so this attack wasn't really much of a big deal. that does grant a slight advantage to Nitekat positionally. Not totally, just positionally. That allows this entire section of the map to be opened up for Nitekat, and as you can see, he is moving his army into position to take this territory now that that battle was won. So that this really helps put Nitekat back into the game and on even ground. So we'll look and see if the captured territory really helps and can be translated into a lead that'll help Nitekat win. More reinforcements being mustered by Manadog in the center of the map. Where are we at tech-wise? Let's get a good look at everything. Alright, so we have double armories, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories for the cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factories. 2 armories firing off for the dog. And yeah, okay. So, interesting tactical decision here by Nitekat. The vast chunk, the majority of his army is here, right? So this could be for a right side siege, pushing across to the right side of the map. We could see Manadog starting to expand outward a little bit more. He's going to try and invade, or at least take some of the territory back, or form a no man's land right about here. Now that's good, because if you could stop units from coming down the ramp, you can stop a push. So I like this positioning right here. Nitekat successfully seizing the top left's natural here. Lots of scans going down. Got to be careful about those mines. Okay. A rather significant move out here from Nitekat. That's going to pinch this force off and separate it. This is good. I like this. You gotta be very vigilant though. He's gonna scan. There's the scan. Back away. Alright. Not too bad. Does lose one Wraith though. Picks off one tank and just charges the rest. I'm gonna charge up the ramp, take the rest of this out. A good identification of a weak spot. Some reinforcements do come up though and take out the rest of the units that were on the low ground. So wins and losses being taken by both players. This base now being saturated. Gas completed. Same here. Base being taken top right for Manadog. Oh no, go back in, go back in, go back in. Forget about the mines. Yeah, now that he's seen that, Manadog's going to respond to that. Okay, so Nitekat gets his army into position just in time, and that's really going to help. This position will go down. All those SCBs die from the vultures. Please don't drop those tanks. Yeah, and this is a good hold here. Nitekat should be able to capture this territory right here. Very well played. Oof, loses a dropship with 2 tanks in it. That's painful as well. We do get away with the command center, though. So that's 2 bases, really, shut down from Nitekat by shuffling his army to the right side of the map on the top side. That's very good. So now we have kind of like a triangle of control that Nitekat has, and a box, a condensed box of control for Manadog on the map. It's a very interesting dynamic that we're looking at here. Unfortunate SCV transfer getting caught here by some tanks. Not even one will make it. Land this bad boy, fire up the gas. Yeah, and it looks like this time we're committed pretty fully to factory warfare on both sides. Although we do see dropship play coming out from Manadog. With enough dropships like this, that means... So, these basically act as a vehicle for busting. You could take a position that's really well reinforced like this and drop right on top of it while forces push in, and you can bust. Alternatively, and it looks like that alternative is being used here, you could just go for a doom drop. Go right for their production, drop on top of it, and once these factories are gone, the game is more or less over. Starting to see some other forces move in. Yeah, this is a very good response from Nitekat. Rebuilding the factories. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. And then pushing to take control of the center. Fight for control of the center of the map. This will be important, but it looks like Manadog should hold this. So Manadog wins the center fight. Manadog is winning the base fight inside of Nitekat's base. We have 3 1 upgrades on Manadog's mech, 2 1 upgrades on Nitekat's. Macrocycles. Not really too many, but I mean, look at the supply. It's 193 to 114. Alright, so I don't want to say Nitekat's lost yet. There's still a chance. He's still in the game, and the only reason he's still in the game is because he put these factories up so that production could continue. Unfortunately, that just got scanned. The loss of these depots will also be critical as well, as this is infrastructure that cannot be easily replaced. Take away the user interface here and we'll see the rest of these buildings go down. Yeah, losing this critical infrastructure here, this won't be replaced easily. And if you could take a look at the supply counts, there's a supply block basically right now. Yeah, there it is. 114 is the max cap. That's really, really going to hurt. Oh, I like that. That's clever. Okay, so main base for Nitekat wiped out. Now we can siege this. This base doesn't mean anything because it's already mined out. There's no gas left, there's no minerals left, so this doesn't really count. We've got some good mines here. Good. Do take a nice sizable mine hit here. This base hardly means anything either. Well, the gas is still valuable. We still got quite a bit here. Gonna walk some tanks into some siege fire. Set up right here. I don't know. See, I'm going through it in my head, and I now can't see a way for Nitekat to win. I think this is basically Manadog's game to lose. He could slow push, or he could push quickly with dropships. Either one's probably just going to straight up kill. Here we have some loaded dropships. Yeah, these are being primed for another drop. So with 6 dropships, and especially if they're heading up top to this 12 o'clock where there's only 1 turret, this is gone. I think his initial plan was actually to drop here, but just scouted this and decided to drop here now. So this is another base that's going to go down. Alright, so we'll save the command center. This should get away. physics lab for Manadog, just in case. Not giving up on that Wraith production. Gotta love it. Another drop being loaded up. If it goes to the bottom side here, it's just going to get eviscerated. I mean, you could drop this base, I suppose. You might as well since he's mining gas. Yeah, this command center should go down. There it goes. And yeah, this is just a slow, methodical strangling. Manadog's just kind of strangling and squeezing the outskirts of Nitekat's base over and over until he gets smaller and smaller, and then eventually knocks him out. I think we're seeing the end stages of this game here. We got some good picks here. Oh, but a good response. Alright, so lots of tanks for Nitekat. This is basically a Hail Mary. This is the last hurrah, really. I feel like we don't really have to wait as Manadog. I mean, you're basically maxed, right? 196 out of 200. And you took out just about all of the supply of your opponent. I think you could just push and win. And even if the push doesn't succeed, you just throw some more macro cycles in. Because your opponent can't. Okay, so here we see some activity with the last remnants of Nitekat's army. Gonna try to deny the right side of the map here. And in the grand scheme of things, we'll be successful. Gonna force a liftoff here. Well, I should probably move that back. That's going to be unfortunate. Okay, so Nitekat's starting to catch back up with the supply count. Trying his hardest. Oh. Oh, rip. Oh, no. That was a very unfortunate engagement. Nitekat losing basically the bulk of his army. Now look who has battle cruisers. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, that's pretty... Okay, things are looking extremely rough for Nitekat right now. Extremely rough. So we have loaded drops, good to go. We have battle cruisers on the field. Manadog has captured the center of the map that has 2 gases. Well, okay, that was alright. You got 2 of the drop ships. But like, what are the Wraiths going to do once he piles up his army and just pushes right in? It's only a matter of time, right? Like, here's more macro just coming out. Reinforcements, more battle cruisers. With +1 weapons upgraded. Manadog sitting on 3-3 mech. Nitekat sitting on 3-1 mech. And this is probably going to be the last fight. Yeah, see now, man, Nitekat has nothing left. Calls the game GG. What a series. Yeah, excellent control of the map here from Manadog. What a great way to end the series. And also a great way to end the cast as well. Final scores. It's quite a difference. Very nice. And that finishes all the series for today, and it looks like a pretty damn clean sweep from Let Us Attack. Just sweeping over Tier 2 of Korean Mechanics. Not even close, not really. Nitekat being the only one to bring in a win for our team. Way to go, man. One win, better than none. At least we didn't get 4-2-0 sweeps. So, gosh, what a rough Tier 2. But that's all the content that I have for you today. It's Tier 2, Week 9 between Let Us Attack and Korean Mechanics. Hope you all enjoyed the cast. Not quite sure when my next cast will be. Maybe sometime middle of next week. But I'll try to cast a little bit more often. Now when the playoffs come, when the playoffs start, I'm definitely going to be casting a little bit more for that. So I'll jump on for that. But that's it. That's going to be it from me. It's Forte. And I'll see you guys on the CPL Discord, on the Practice Group Discord, on the Korean Mechanics Discord, and maybe even on Ladder. All right. Peace out, guys.